Well, that was a complete waste of time. What's going on, everybody? It says, I believe it says we're live. It's just, oh man, Firefox and YouTube don't like each other very much. I'll have to switch to, I kind of just, I'm gonna have to I'm kind of just gonna have to switch like this entire computer out at some point. Fucking Ape Escape music. Oh, I love Ape Escape. I have it on vinyl. I need to spin it. I have a lot of vinyl I need to spin. I'm not really a vinyl guy. I have a decent setup of it. Well, actually, no. That's the one thing I don't have is a setup for it. I have a ton of vinyl. I have a decent collection. But what is all this? This is usually not what sits on top of my workbench. If you will direct yourself to the picture that is floating around my waving soldering wand here, I was finally able to get a thing fixed for the arcade. I had to get I had to get something recapped. I've had a hell of a journey trying to get a working tabletop, and I finally have one. It's been, again, a very, very, very exceedingly long journey. But I've finally been able to get something that makes some amount of sense. And isn't, like, you know, breaking every time I turned it on. Long story. You know, it was like... like, God, when was the last time I streamed arcade something? Sorry, the music's a little loud. I'm gonna turn it down a bit. It's a little distracting in my ear. I guess I'll talk while the, or, you know, I want to actually, real quick, I want to... grab this soldering tip that I use a lot more. It's not a Heiko one. So I used to just use a really crummy, like, you know, like typical, like, dropship special soldering iron. I got this Heiko one, like, in 2024. There was a pretty good, Christmas sale going on. I haven't used it a ton, and also, what the fuck is, like, I must have dropped something on it, because, like, there's, like, shit. I don't know, maybe that's dust? But you can see I haven't used it very much. It's honestly kind of overkill for a beginner, too. It is a good tool, don't get me wrong. But it's just... It's pearls before swine with me. Because I'm not really much of a... I'm not good at soldering. Like, I'm not good at these things. My life has 100% just been, if you want to do something, you have to do it yourself. Like, we don't know someone who can do things, we don't have the money to pay someone to do things, and we don't have a lot of friends. So if you want to do something out there and out of the ordinary, you simply have to know how to do it yourself, or teach yourself how to do it. And that's been a big guiding force for a lot of things in my life over the past few years. Not just arcade stuff. But essentially, so the problem with that arcade table that you see in the picture on the right is it is a pre-JAMA table. And if you don't know what JAMA is, it's basically this. It's a dedicated wiring standard pinout that most arcade games after a certain point just all decided to use. Because before that, everyone had their own wiring standards. It was confusing, it was annoying, it was messy, it was bad. Poo-poo stinky. So Japanese arcade manufacturers got together and created... I'm not exactly 100% on the history of it. It seems like that'd be something that'd make a good video. But at some point, this standard sort of arose, and all the big arcade companies in Japan started using it. but this is an adapter that adapts JAMA boards to specifically Sega Zaxxon, which is that arcade table that you see in front of you. That is technically a Sega T8, and the T8 had a couple games. There was Zaxxon, there was a Frogger, and then I think there's like one other that I'm fucking forgetting because of course I'm forgetting. The T8 also, I believe, shares some DNA with the Sega Special Duel, which is like an even earlier version of the T8. But basically, it's a cocktail cabinet. Instead of being like an upright arcade machine, it like sits down like a table. The TV sits in the table. There's a glass top. You could go do stuff there and just kind of hang out and like eat food and play some games. They were called Invader Houses. In fact, let me see if I can pull up a picture of one. So oop, hang on one second. Sorry about that. When your family calls, and you get to a certain age, you kind of pick up. Alright, let's see. I found one that we can show off. This. So this is an Invader house. The Sega T8 is a little newer than these. These are like Taito machines. But that's the idea, is you'd both sit at a table and like play some games, have some drinks, have a good time. It was kind of the thing of the time. But the problem is that if I want this to be the most, now if I could have just left it as a Zaxxon, and it would have just stayed as a Zaxxon, that would have been fine for some people. But not for me, because I have limited space. I want my arcades to be as functional as possible and do as much as possible. I'm a bit of a power user, or at least I'm trying to be. So I have this adapter, but the problem with this adapter is that it doesn't actually add in controls that are on the original harness. So for like example, there's plenty of JAMA games that are like 3 buttons, right? So button 1, button 2, button 3. These are the first player buttons here. 1 through oh god, there's even a 6. Wow, you really could do I guess if you wanted to have like a JAMA harness or like a fight harness or whatever, I don't know. Like, we won't get into kick harnesses. that's a whole other debacle. Yeah, because it's also ground. How the fuck is it supposed to be button 6? Because that's mapped to. But regardless, this side here is what goes into the harness, and that's what all your inputs are. So if you simply don't have the buttons existing on the harness, it doesn't matter if you press them and they're connected to here, because they don't actually connect to anything. Like, for example, let's see, what's a button I know? So, like, button 1 connects to the back here. There's like a 1-player, but I'm doing a horrible job of explaining this. But you can see here, you probably can't see it on the video, but there's ground, there's plus negative 5 volt, there's your speaker, there's your meter, your coin switch, which your meter is your coin counter. Coin switch is what actually is procced by the coin. You have your reset, you have your start, your left, right, up, down, whatever. And all of these pins connect to here somewhere. But if the inputs don't exist on the harness, then pushing them, if they're connected to this, doesn't actually do anything. So, the goal of this stream today is to create a harness that we can use to push our buttons. And I'll be using the old harness that was in the Frogger that is still not long. Very, 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 very long, upsetting, sad story about that. But I'm going to be basically just stealing some wire off of this thing to create an adapter that will hook into this. This is our amp connector. The good news is we don't need to wire 1-player start. 1-player start we don't have to do anything with, because 1-player start is on that cabinet. It's like on the side of the machine, and it like is already wired up on the harness in the machine proper. So nothing, we don't have to do anything to that. What we do need is we need to, because that control panel there isn't the original control panel, and the original buttons, we need to wire up a wire setup that connects 1-player up, down, left, right, and then our 4 buttons to a ground on this board. So that's what we're gonna attempt to do today. Just one player, by the way, because I only have 2 panels, and a lot of JAMA games, those things are designed where the game would flip for the second player, and I don't know how many games that are like post JAMA implementation actually support that. So we're not going to do that. What I am going to do is I'm going to go get some water because I'm starting to get lightheaded. Oh, God. So, okay. First thing I want to do is I want to harness some wire. So I'm literally just going to snip it off the harness. We're just going to go boop. And boop. And we'll pull. Oh, shit. God, the shielding for this is so fucking thick. And we have an orange wire. That'll be cool. We've got orange, yellow, green, and black. So I'm going to try to... And then red. I'm going to try to keep it color-coded today as much as possible. Even though that really doesn't do anything. The wire colors are not really actually that important. Like, you can just wire up to wire. It gets confusing if you don't do that, but you can just use whatever you did. And on the super gun that I was building... That is one thing I did do. But I've been able to learn a lot about wire harnesses and arcades from this. I'm very proud of myself, actually. I've taught myself quite a bit with this, and I really do struggle with teaching myself things. So the problem is we have 2 greens. We have a... We have a lime green, and we have a forest green. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use... Okay. God, I love Ape Escape so much. I love Ape Escape so much, guys. I mean, like, fuck's sake. I have this sitting on my shelf. I love Ape Escape. I want them to make more. I want Sony Japan to be returned to the people that made it what it is. I have been very curious about that Astrobot game, even though, like, I have zero desire to buy a PlayStation 5 at all. But I've always had like a bit of a passing interest in it, you see. Alright, let's grab this black while we're here. Unless this is like... Okay, what AWG is this actually? This feels like... See, the thing is like the shielding on this is kind of thick. Wow, they actually print Japanese on this, and it's that small. height. I can't read that one. It's actually too small. I would need my... I actually... It's too small and it's smudgy. I need my glasses. But it says... Shinko Densen. Come on, Shinko Densen. The fuck is the AWG? I'm sure there's like a tool that exists to check that. But you know what? I stopped caring. Alright, we're just going to take the black. We're just going to take our lumps as we do. I choose to believe this actually might be 18. I'm not sure. I wouldn't be surprised. This thing is very hacked together. Okay, so what actually are we using on here? Let's see. Black is for ground, obviously. We need a deep blue. We need a purple, which I believe... I actually think this purple is from this. I might have already stolen the purple off of it. Which is a problem because we don't have any more of it. I'm almost positive that... No, it's not actually the same purple. But we don't have... No, it was... Unless it's somewhere else, because I know... We need a gray. Do we have a gray on here still? I don't think so. I think we might be fooked. Did I say we had a, we do have a deep blue. I believe there's a dark blue somewhere on here still. I can always just look behind me too. I have more wire scrap floating around. In fact, I might do that real quick. Okay, let's see what we got. Okay, I found a deep blue. See, I have actual, like, clean spare wire. Oh, I found purple. Nice. But the issue is a lot of it is the wrong wire width gauge. If that makes sense. For scrap from that old harness at the moment. You know what, hang on, because I know I swear I had like a bunch of pins already ready to go for like a second player harness. Maybe they're already like connected to the thing. I'm not sure, but that stuff has been floating around for a minute. Point being, I've been working on this for a very long time. Unfortunately, this is not something that has been easy for me. I'm definitely not proud of this. Okay, this guy's dead. I'm definitely not the, I know I've got, like, arcade junk parts lying around everywhere. This was a... Okay, we have our... We have several deep blues here. Okay, I'm going with this other one. Also, we have a yellow. That actually is nice. And I don't need a lot. That's the thing, is I don't need a lot. I just need enough to get us. Like, I'm definitely budgeting for having a lot more. Oh, and we have our brown too. Excellent. I'm just trying to budget for having like length in case we need it, which could be very, very real. We could just run out of length. In fact, this one was already, what was this? This was U1. So I'm assuming this, because the old controller stick that guy had in the Frogger was it was like a lever, not a lever one, but it didn't have like this guy on it. It was like all of the terminals were like these spade connectors. There are some joysticks that use those instead of like a pin, where each actuator is its own button. Okay, and then I want this brown too. Okay, so let's go over what we have, because I think we're getting close. We've got our... We're also getting messy. I need a gray. I guess this can be gray, because we didn't have our brown. So we have our 1 button, our 2 button. We have a forest screen for 3 button. And then deep blue is our button 4. So we have our 4 buttons. We've got our 4 button-a-roonies. I'm gonna wire this off to this, not wire it, but you know, I'm gonna move that to the side for a hot take. And for our harness, I mean, we've got our 4 colors. Actually, we're good. We're Gucci, man. And then our ground pin. Hell yeah, we're gaming. Literally, we're gaming. Okay, so I guess let's warm up the soldering iron. Personally, not the biggest fan. Oh, I'm gonna turn on the fume extractor too, so it might be hard to hear. I don't know. What do you think? That's not that bad, is it? So I'm gonna get the annoying part out of the way first. I think what I would like to do for this. So I'm gonna go ahead and start. I'll do like 665. I'm not very good at soldering. I'm just letting everyone know that I'm an actual idiot when it comes to doing this stuff. And then I want I just use unleaded solder. I know some people think that's like sacrilege, but I personally prefer not having cancer, so there's that, I suppose. We're going to be using a lot of electrical tape today. Let's go ahead and start pre-tinning some of our wires. Instead of trying to dribble flammable bullshit everywhere. Yeah? What the hell? Okay. Alright, it just didn't. I forgot to push the button to make the soldering iron go to the hot. There we go. Wow! That actually kind of worked. You should absolutely use flux when you solder. So I'm gonna do a test run real quick here. We're gonna... Yeah, let's not spill that like we did last time. Sorry, flammable chemical. I don't really feel like having you all over my desk. Okay, we're gonna have to, I think we're gonna have to use some kind of apparatus to do this. Unfortunately, I don't have one of those little teardropper like pipette guys. So what I've been doing is I've just been doing this. We'll just drip a little bit of flux on our wire here. Oh, this is going to be annoying. Okay. We also want more solder, I think. Yes. Okay. Perfect. That did it. Definitely not very clean. But it is serviceable. So that's our first one. Let's do our buttons next, I suppose. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can strip all of these all at once. Do we run out of music? Shit. Fuck. Was this the... Oh no, yeah, these are buttons. The other color I used for the wire. Okay, so that's all 4 of them. Alright, where's our wire strippers here? Cool, it did absolutely none of them. Amazing. Okay. Alright, we're gonna have to do them one by one, unfortunately. Okay. Now. Let's go ahead and dip these gentlemen in, probably contaminating this stuff by doing it this way. I definitely don't recommend doing things the way I do them for this. This definitely seems like a bad idea waiting to happen. There we go. Well, I definitely felt something hot sprinkle on me. Okay, so... Button 1 is our blue. So, let's go ahead and tape these guys down. Button 2 is purple. Okay, maybe we can only do these like one at a time, because this clearly isn't working. Yeah, we might have to do this like one or two at a time. Yeah, and you don't want to get this shit on your skin, because it's thinner than water. It'll go through you and it'll poison you by touching it. Alright, this is going easier than I thought it would be. I almost dipped that in the juice. That would have been, extremely bad. Okay. Alright, so green is button 3. And, button 4 is brown. Probably should wear some kind of protective gloves when working with this shit. Ooh, actually. Alright, that'll do. Okay, let's see now. Drippy, drippy. Drippy, drippy. Wow, it's kind of nice when shit just actually works out and isn't a fucking massive headache, huh? Damn, son, we're really fucking schmoving now. And then I might have to get some, like, I know there's, like, a special type of tape that you can get called, like, captain's tape or something. But the idea would be, is that all this shit now is gonna sweep this way. Maybe I might even just hot glue this to the thing. That's probably not a super smart idea, but... We got buttons, baby! Let's go! Alright, next up. We basically just have to do the same thing for our, controller inputs. So let's learn from our mistakes and strip these like 1 or 2 at a time. Maybe. Can we do 2? Is it going to be nice to me? No, it's not. It will grab 1 and it will tell me to fuck off. Okay, let's see. I swear this shit is bigger than fucking 22 AWG. There is no fucking way. It's 18. Yeah, not even. Shit, I might need to go get another, might need to grab another orange. I don't think there is actually, though, an orange that is, oops. I can, we'll make that a little shorter. Make it a little easier on myself. We have a brown that I suppose is... Yeah, the only other orange on here is this shorty. So, we have a bit of a dilemma here. We can just not have you spewing poison fumes into the air, thank you. Fuck. See, the problem is like, it's tough because I'll need to use a different pin. Because, 22 to 18 AWG is our... either a different pin or a different color. I might just go with a different color just because... because fuck it. Yeah, I think what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna use this brown with white stripes. I think that's kind of a little cool looking. I've already very clearly stolen an orange. I know it looks very odd that I'm being super stingy with wire, but like, unfortunately wire is kind of expensive to get a lot of it to, well, not expensive, but it's like, it's just enough of a cost to be annoying. Like, it's one thing to get a length of like 2 or 3 different colors, right? But if you need like all these different colors, it's, the cost adds up pretty quick. And I realistically, you know, as much as I have come to enjoy making harnesses, I personally don't think it's something I'm going to be doing a lot. So I'm totally okay with sacrificing the aesthetics a little just to save some money and some time and just get something working. I'm gonna be honest. And this wire is still perfectly usable and good. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just a little old. Actually, shit. This red is also too big. Well, red I know I have a few of. Yeah, here's a red that we can use. And it's actually a little... And then also, too, with red, I at least have red wire that is usable. So, let's strip this guy, and let's... God, wire mess! Ah! 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 Ha! Ha! Ah! Okay. Let's tape this down. And then I'm gonna have to remember what our amp out is on this, because while it's easy for buttons, joysticks are kind of a little vague. It's not really like listed on like the joystick that I'm using. I actually don't remember what joystick I ended up with. If I ended up with, like, I think it's a Shimizu. I know it's not a Sanwa. The buttons are also Shimizu. They're like this special edition, like, orange. At a certain point, I was going to have custom art for the panel, but the gentleman who made it for me, bequeathed it upon me for basically just the shipping cost. So he was generous enough to just charge me for shipping and stuff. So I decided that it would be better to help him out, and this way, if anyone else ever needs these type of panels, those Sega panels, he has the art for it. He was very cool. Okay, let's see now. Hello? There we go. Oh yeah, it's gonna be dicey. Alright, let go. Thank you. Oh, this one doesn't want to... There we go. Alright. It may be getting everywhere, but it's getting on the wire too, which is what you want! Alright, come on, buddy. Nope. Nope, I don't need you. It's more than enough. Okay. Now for the scary part. Yeah, this is the scary part. Because I have to determine which, so on this pinout, here, black is ground, so we already have ground set up, so we're good on ground, but red, green, yellow, and, orange all correspond to up, down, left, and right. And I don't remember how I wired it, or I don't remember how it's wired on the joystick, so the good news is once you put it in one of these terminals, it's not impossible to undo it. I just want to make sure that I'm doing it right the first time. So I believe last time what I did was I used a, where the hell is it? I used a very specific pinout. I will go ahead and add it to the stream if you can afford me a second. So I believe I followed this. It's been a very long time because I actually might have did the opposite. So, no, this is right. Because blue here is one player start. I know that for a fact. It was spliced off into another part of the cabinet because I needed a start button added in for the test that I was doing earlier. So start, that is start. So by that proxy, orange should be, right, red should be left, yellow should be up, and then neon green, number 5, should be down. So I'm going to try to follow that format on this as much as possible. I know I'm gonna literally have to check that again in a second. I've already forgotten. We're gonna go ahead and be a smart boy and do one at a time. So we determined that green is down. So down is here. We'll go ahead and do a dollop of flammable caustic chemical that you should not get on you. And then we'll go ahead and grab our solder here. Our Tamiya solder. We're putting on some decals. You see. We're not doing that. Okay. Oh, fuck me. It's just... Okay, we need to add more. Oh, that looks so weak, though. My worry is that it's going to, pull off. Yeah, like that. Exactly like that. fuck. God damn it. And because I added so much, it, like, bridged over fucking shit. Stay on this time. Okay. Woo! That was scary. That made me pucker my ass a little. It's not the... See, here's the thing, too, is, like, I know when it looks dull like that, solder's kind of supposed to be shiny. I know I'm doing a bad job with this. I'm not good at this. I will take this to someone who is much better at me in this, and they will probably tell me, this looks like shit, what the fuck is wrong with you? And then maybe I can see if I can convince him to clean it up for me. But I'm just trying to get it working for now. Alright, red. Red on this is, I believe, according to this diagram, red is position 3, which is left. Would probably help if I wasn't using liquid no clean flux too. Yep. Okay, that one went much better. Next. Right, I believe I'm gonna guess and say right is going to be orange. Position 2 is right. Right is orange. Which I don't have, that's right. I used this brown stripe wire. Okay, well, let's hope that we can get this to... Did exactly what I didn't want it to do, but... damn it. I had it and I wasn't satisfied with it, and I tried to fix it and I fucked it up. Okay. Here's what we're gonna have to do. All of you lift. In fact, I think we just need a new piece of tape. Okay. The problem is, I want it to sit right in the middle. I want it to be right there. And I don't want it to... Last one. Where's my yellow? I saw it. I was fiddling with it. Where'd it go? Here you are. And that is up. There can be only one way, and it is up. Four is up. Position 4 is up. So we're going up. Join the down community. Falls has the answer. Excellent. Very good. Very, very good. Our bodges are bodged, and we're ready to go. When I say go, get ready to blow. Not like that! But that's all the soldering we'll have to do today, thankfully. Because I don't like playing with these chemicals. They scare me sometimes. Instead, we're going to be doing something more frustrating, because sometimes it likes to complain and be annoying. But all the things we do for love. Okay. So this is our little gentleman here. This is our little connector that will be. We will push this into this, and that is how we will get our controls. Our ground will go to our ground here, which connects to not only our joystick that isn't on the table, but is with us in spirit. It will connect to all of our buttons, because the ground is double tapped here. So, like, there's 2 wires that, like, come out of this hole. That's a lot more annoying to do than you would think, by the way. It's not fun, trying to shove 2 of those fucking things into one of these little terminals. And I'm going to throw this stick away. I'm just going to be done with it. But the reason why I was so anal about having a certain wire gauge is because in order to do what we need to do here, and we do need these. These are what we need. We need the female terminals, and these, you can see, they are socket 22 to 26 AWG, meaning that this is for the wire size that we have today. If I were to use the bigger wire, I would need to use this, which is the socket 20 to 16 to 20 AWG, meaning that this thicker wire like this, it's made a little bigger to accommodate for the thicker gauge of wire, but thankfully we don't have to do that today. And I'm already almost out of that too. Like, I burned a lot of these learning and experimenting. It was not a good time. I mean, these aren't expensive, but they're annoying enough to have to track down, and they are kind of a little pricey. Like, DigiKey is kind of expensive. Especially since this is probably like fractions of a cent of material. But, okay, so here's what we're going to do now. Now I have my bodge here. I'm going to... Do I have... Is that zip tie still here? Do I still have tiny zip ties? I don't. All my tiny zip ties disappeared. Fuck. Shit. Fuck. Okay, so I'm not going to tiny zip tie. I am unfortunately without tiny zip tie, and I think any other zip ties I have would just be too big. Oh no! Shit! We have one! Perfect! I knew there was one. I fucking knew it. There was one floating around here. For now, I'm gonna tiny zip tie these guys together. For now. Eventually, what I'd like to do is I'd like to properly, like, attach this to here somehow in a way that would be safe so that it doesn't damage the connections. Because I don't want to put tension too much on the connections here. In fact, let me just go ahead and take a picture of this and send this to my friend just because. Okay, we're done with solder suckers. We're done with caustic chemicals for now. Let's do some job site cleanup here. Let me put the tools away, just so we're not constantly bumping about them. This is... it's cool enough. No, feeder isn't Bochi. No! Stop. It's because I don't have this power bar actually, like it's only being held up by these, like, cheap IKEA, like, things that connect to the IKEA. I'll have to do, like, a proper studio tour at some point. I don't think I've actually shown off this studio yet. But we're gonna do a little bit of cleanup here. I'm not going anywhere, so don't hold your horses there, little buddies. We're just gonna put away some stuff we don't need to use anymore. Okay. Very, very good practice. It's not something I usually do because I get distracted very easily. So, but I recently invested a lot in a new organization system for this area. So, you know, would like to at least try to keep it up for a bit. I don't think we're gonna need this plate anymore either. The solder plate. Thank you, file cabinet. Okay. Now, our goal, now that we've got the gross, ugly, annoying part out of the way, is for these two parts. I'm not using this. This is for when I needed, like, a control panel, like, desperately. So I just took this thing. My mom gave me this from her old business. She was throwing it away. I took it and I fucking step drilled holes into it, and that was very dangerous, by the way. This thin metal does not catch, like, hole bits and stuff like that very well, and, like, spade bits and stuff like. You can see here where it's skidded. Yeah, that was bad. I almost, like, really, like, this thin metal, if it hits you, it actually can slice you, and that almost happened to me. So the answer is, don't be fucking stupid with your tools like me. Like an idiot. Like, I just did all of that and I wasn't wearing safety glasses. Like a brain dead idiot. Don't do that. Don't be like that. Don't do that. So, okay, so what we want to do now that we have this kind of the way I want it to go, is I'm going to try to cut these all to a somewhat similar length. We're going to lose a little bit of schmutz here. Unfortunately, our gray here is really handicapping our length. So I'm going to have to give this the hia chop with these RC polycarbonate scissors that is probably going to damage them. But 3, 2, 1. Hia! Okay. We've made a mess. Excellent. Go away. Sorry. Okay. Now, we're going to want to strip these. So let's do that real quick. Just go one by one. We've learned our lesson. Not too much, but we definitely need more than you'd think. Alright, that one was good. Oh. Sometimes it gets caught and it doesn't actuate properly if you have, like, the little wire bits will get caught in the back. This is just a crummy Harbor Freight wire, but unfortunately, like, cheap Chinese tools are very common here in America. Although, yeah, this is definitely not made in America. It's from Harbor Freight. Fuck, I did that one too long. Damn it. It works okay, though. It's better than using the ones that aren't automatic. I mean, those ones are a little hard on your hands, but they all are also fine. Like this kind of style right here. This, you'd basically just match up whatever your wire is, and you'd strip it. And then I don't know what these, I don't know what this does. I don't know what that does. I think those are for like a specific kind of connector. And this was made in the USA, and it kind of, I'm going to be honest, this one kind of sucks. It's not as good as my other one that is a little older looking and shittier. And this is just I mean, like, to be fair, this was probably made in like the 80s or the 70s. Tools have come a long way in almost 60 years. But yes. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to start crimping. We get to use a nice tool. This is a Hosan crimper. This is a Japanese, like, specifically made, I believe, for these. Although I'm not 100% positive. I was told to buy it by someone who is smarter than me and has done this before, and I followed their advice. And this is what I've been using to build my super gun, like, setup and, like, all that kind of stuff. And try to build the table up that still hasn't been finished. Yeah, this is the 22. But I'm just gonna grab 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many do we actually have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I knew it was going to be an odd number because we have a ground. So 4 button, and so this way we could play. I don't know what 4 button vertical games I actually have in my collection at the moment. Okay, I'm actually going to start putting these on because I just don't want a bunch of them flying around. It was kind of a silly idea to do it this way. But, and this is the part I haven't 100% figured out, is where to actually, like, crimp these. So they're kind of grooved to where when you push down on them, you do the first one, because there's two. There's two little tabs here. There's the inside tab set, and then there's the outside tab set. The inside, it's not enough. We're gonna have to go deeper. The wire was sliding out. Okay, that procced. But the inside set will grab the wire on that. And then I believe the outside set, you go down one, and it crimps it. It's like I believe it's called cold welding, but I'm not sure. But it basically makes it so that it's a solid connection without having to use like solder or any of that stuff. But I think this is kind of the part where I screw up a little bit. I might not be doing this the best. Alright. That's cold. That's good. But you can also damage them too if you aren't careful. But that should be good. And then you just keep doing that. It's as simple as that. I like to twist mine so that they don't like splay out and shit. Alright, it's very therapeutic. Put on a podcast, put on some music, and just go, man. Sorry about the mic. Just make it happen. This one, I cut the wires way too long, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cut them back a bit, just cut a little bit of, and this is sticky from that fucking solder flux. Sticky and wet makes Weeaboo upset. I'll have to wash my hands. Alright, we only got a couple more to do, and then I can show you guys the next part. And then maybe we'll move on to a kit or something. after. Just something fun. Something else. I just don't want to start another kit on stream because, like, the issue is if I start it, then I'm going to want to finish it on stream, so maybe, maybe not. I don't know. And I don't have any quick kits right now. I think everything I have is pretty involved at the moment, what I have available. But we've also been going for an hour, too, so, like, it's not like it was, like, a 20-minute stream. Ideally, it would be nice to be able to test this on stream, but I'm not really set up for that. Because the machine is in the other room. And, I can't bring my setup with me, unfortunately. Alright, we need... How many do we need more? We need 1 and 2. Alright, so we're gonna need 2 more crimps. 1. It's not like... I mean, even if we did have more than what we need, we could always just put it back in the bag. It's not like they go bad. Alright, but I think that's all the crimps we're gonna need for today. Thank you, crimp bag. I did notice we have a little bit more traffic than usual today. We actually have a couple people showing up. I do keep an eye on the YouTube page for, like, chat and stuff. Sometimes OBS likes to fuck up with, like, your chat login and stuff. So I do keep an eye on, like, the concurrent viewers and, like, stuff like that. I see we have some lurkers. Some people who are not really interested in chatting. That's okay. Usually I actually can't tell if people who don't chat but sit in streams are bots or not. I don't want to be, like, mean about it, but, like, usually when you walk into low viewer streams, sometimes people want... I feel like there's people that do want the attention from a stream, like, person. Like a person streaming. So if someone's just sitting in a stream and not, like, saying anything, like, hi or anything, sometimes I just kind of assume it's not actually a person. I bet it's like YouTube's AI scraping my voice so that I can use my voice to say racist and evil things and commit tax fraud. And because it's Google, they'll get away with it. Okay, that's all of our crimps. Wonderful. Okay, we can put our Hosen crimper away for a hot minute. We can put this away too. We don't need our wire stripper anymore. Okay, so now, literally, the only thing we have left to do is to just push these connectors in here, and we'll have our connector. So, I guess let's go ahead with, orange is our first one, which we used this lad, in absence of orange. Okay, orange is in. Next up is red. These can be kind of annoying to do. You do push them in. Getting them undone is like a fucking massive headache, though, if you accidentally screw one up. if you actually fucking fuck it up like a fucking idiot. Okay. Okay, so we have orange, and then next is our green, and we have to remember that it's our lime green and not our forest green, because we use two different greens. Okay. And then immediately after that is our royal blue. Okay. Oh, I screwed up. I screwed up on this. 2 button on this is actually green and not purple. So, I screwed up. Or no. No, yeah, I screwed up. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to just, instead of undoing all that work we just did, we're just going to swap our purple, and our green. Yep. Purple is button 2, so instead of putting button 2 in as the green wire, we're just going to go ahead and, we're going to go ahead and attempt to put it in there and hope it sticks. There we go. Okay. Improvisation live on camera. So button 3 is forest green on this. So, and on here, it's purple. So we're going to go ahead and just put the green where the purple is. And then our ground. Or no, we need our button 4. Button 4 is gray, which goes here. Although not many games are going to use a button 4, but I'm in here. Let's do it. Let's spend a few extra seconds. And then our ground is this guy all the way on the other side. I have this game. I should boot it up. But that's our wiring harness. We did it. Now, when I plug this in, I should be able, in theory, to just run this control panel, with the idea being that eventually it will sit inside the machine. But this interface here should allow me to just completely run this off this little dongle, and then that way, if I ever want to turn this back into a Zaxxon, I literally have to do nothing except pull this out and then put the old control panel back in and hook it up to the wiring harness. But there we go, we did it. I'm pretty stoked about that. I'm not gonna lie. Very, very, very happy to have that done, because that means that we are one step closer to not having my home arcade area be a disaster zone, because I'd like to be able to just have it look nice and, you know, be able to drop in and use it whenever I want, instead of having it look like a bunch of parts fucking everywhere because I can't get help on a thing that's busted or broken and I don't know how to fix it myself. But nevertheless, we did it. I'm trying to think. Do I want to start? You know what? Fuck it. I'll put this to the side. I'll go for another hour. We have half a gym. Let's do it. Although this one I was like using markers and shit on. I pulled this out recently. You can kind of see the Gundam marker actually like stained the plastic. It's very odd, but it's kind of cool. Like the ink kind of just left a weird mark on it. But let's go ahead and finish this shit. Maybe I will play around with them. Yeah, let's I'm gonna play around with the markers. Why not? I think the only thing I'll ever do is just like probably like yeah, I see I had a Q-tip and stuff. Oh shit, maybe I had less of this done than I thought. Fuck. Let's see if I can get this done in an hour. Probably not, but we're gonna hope and we're gonna pray. Because I don't want to be sitting at my desk all day. But also too, I'm capitalizing on my toxic productivity right now. Okay, let's see. We got you. A18, D7, and B114. And then just by knowledge check, we're going to need 15, so, and then we're going to need these two. I can kind of already tell, because I'm kind of a fucking master gunpla builder. I've built 9 gabillion million high grades. Call me Meijin Kawaguchi Yeehaw Man edition. Alright, where the fuck is Earner D? D. D17. D17. Yeah, I just want something. If I'm gonna start another kit, I just want it to be done. I don't want to have it sitting on my desk for a week and then it's like, oh no, I can't just work on it. I have to be streaming when I work on it. That's kind of the big problem with streaming build kits and stuff. RC was pretty bad about that when I'm doing a lot of those. It's like I can't sit and just do it. I have to do it on stream, and if I'm not doing it on stream, it sits until I can stream and do it, and it's annoying. Okay, the fuck? How is this supposed to go in there? Oh, it's supposed to go in the thing, that's why. That's why. Oh, we're missing one. D11. Yeah, maybe I could get this one done really quickly if I believe in myself hard enough. Especially if I don't like file things like with the God Hands. The God Hands definitely help out quite a bit with not having to have that be that much of a concern. Okay, we have head. And the Gundam that gives the best head is... Okay. Oh, these are the same. D19, D23, D22, D30. And these are for the other side. We'll go ahead and start that. Now we need D30. D30. And I'm not going to sand any of these. And then we need B124. Go ahead and split that in the middle. We got B2, 35, and 34. Which means that the other side gets 37, 38. Alright, I think that's far enough. Let's go ahead and start putting these guys together. Okay, let's see. We got... Actually, it shows us right here. Where's my ham? I put it right here. What's going on? In. Oh, we need 2 polycaps. We need polycap H. Polycap H for Hobriga, which is the what the Aku makes. He makes that noise in Crash Bandicoot. Or is it Aki? I don't know. I know one is evil and it has like an evil name, and then the other is like, I forget. I already forget. I haven't played Crash Bandicoot in a minute. I believe Aku is the evil one, but like I forget what the good one's name is. He was just like the witch doctor, and then in like the 3rd game he had like a personality. He was like a mentor figure to, like, Crash and Coco. Alright, let's keep going. It has been a minute since I've built a high grade. Just like a straight up high grade. I have a couple of them floating around. Probably more than a couple, actually, but, such is life. Okay, that is not a nub. That's actually part of the model. I had to look at that one real quick. I should just buy this fucking game at some point. It's been a minute since I just played like a straight up racing game. Okay, let's see. We need D runner again. We need D 25 and 24. That we're going to do 26 and 27 over yonder. In fact, we can just put them down here since that's clearly where they're supposed to go. We're going to need a poly cap, and then we're going to need switch runners. And then we're gonna need these guys. 19 and 18 over here. Oh, that is a nasty nub. That's dirty. I mean, again, this is like a high grade, so like... I'm not going to be doing any sanding on this. I just want to get it done. Because I bought it. I started it. Maybe I'll sand it if I go to, like, practice painting it or whatever. because it's important to have kits to practice on. Alright, I think that's where we can, like, kind of start putting stuff together. Squish that cap. Wow, it's the first kit I've ever seen with, like, flashing on it. Ew, whoa, that's weird. I got warped a little odd. I mean, whatever. I'm not going to be putting too much effort into this. But that definitely looks strange. Do you guys actually get, like, if you buy a product and it has, like, a defect or something, like just, like, cosmetic, or maybe it's not, like, perfect, it doesn't really affect the performance of the product? If it's, like, something where the product doesn't work and it's defective, then, like, yeah, usually I'm pretty upset about that. But if it's got, like, some, like, weird beauty mark, or, like, some, like, not really important cosmetic defect or whatever, sometimes I tend to get a little more, I tend to get a little bit more attached to something that way. Now, I'm going to do hands last. Just because I don't know what I want him to hold or do. But we have half a man's. Now we have half a gym. Alright, let's see now. Let's see if I can't blow through these legs similarly quickly. Okay, so these are both the same number. If they have the same number, then usually it's just the same part, so it's not like... Sometimes, you know, sometimes they're dirty with that. Sometimes they mirror it, sometimes they don't. Oh yeah, these are both B28, okay. Okay, so here we go. We're going to start getting into some different stuff. Okay. I just did it. It's M. Okay, I get it. Okay. New runner. Damn, sorry. Oh, good. They're both, they're both the same, so we can drop one here. Drop one here. And then B, yeah, let's grab these and then we'll start assembling. Oh, B2. Wait, no. Yeah, this is B2. 51 and 53 are opposing. Alright, yeah, let's get started. Okay, probably should have separated these guys. Excellently grabbed. Let's see. I've built a gym or two in my time. I know how to gym. Okay, alright, let's get on to the next part, shall we? damn it. There we go. I appreciate how quick this kit is going together. Usually the legs is where I kind of start to like get bored with the Gunpla. Even this has some weird flashing on it. Huh. The mold must be bad for this kit. Come on. Good. Almost. That might have to be glued on. That seems a little weak. Yeah. Well, we'll leave that for another day. I don't plan to have this kit kind of hanging out a ton. Okay, whew, let's keep going. We just got legs, and then we have a waist to do, which waists are usually pretty easy, and then we just got some accessories. I think we can finish in 30 minutes. I think that's feasible. D2, D4. Oh shoot, I'm way ahead in the instructions. D14 and D15. let's get them off this. This is 22 up here. And then it's 22 down here, and then we're done with this runner. It's Dunzo. Bought the farm. Let's go, baby. B, give it up for B. 27. How has everyone's Saturday been going? I'm definitely having one of those days where it's like, it's like, you know, you're busy all week, and then you think about, oh, I need to do this and this and that and that and this, and then you just have a day where you have nothing to do. And you kind of like freeze up. Like you don't really know what to make of it. It's like, well, I probably should be, maybe I need to, you know, like you kind of just kind of stop. So this is what I partially decided to do for my day today on Saturday, is do this kit that has been, is like literally just not even a concern. I don't know why, specifically this kit I picked just because it was like simple. I wasn't even planning on doing it today. I did it kind of spurt. Oh no, is this not a not splittable skirt? Ooh, it might not be. Ooh. Oh. Okay, we won't split the skirt on this one. Like, I have other kits that I would probably be more interested in building and, like, having together. But it's like, no, I want to save those because I want to do them good and paint them. Like, I didn't even have to stream more. I could have just stopped. But I did it anyway. That's what having toxic productivity and horrible ADD is like. I don't know. I just get really weird about, like, having a day off. I don't know. Just something about it. Like, there's stuff I want to do, but I have, like, anxiety about it during the day. Like, it's like, oh, I can't do that during the day because I have to do, you know, I make excuses. I have to go to work. I have to run to my parents. I have to do X thing that isn't that. But then when I just don't have any, like, time, like, I don't have anything lined up and I actually just straight up have free time, I feel guilty about, like, spending time on, like, personal stuff, like playing a video game. Like, with this, like, with the whole streaming thing, you know, I kind of, like, cheat myself a little by making it feel like, oh, I'm being productive because I'm streaming right now. Like, it's like I can't let myself just not just do something and not have it be, like, leisure time. I don't know. Especially since there are things I do really want to work on. Like, I've got to... I'm not going to finish my next Dojin name by, unfortunately, by the 31st. I'm kind of hosed. I really wanted to, but this one is also, like, literally almost, like, 5 times as long. Like, not even, like, that's not even an exaggeration. The next name, Nemu, for the Dojin that I'm working on is quite literally, like, 125 pages. That is not a joke. I'm hoping it'll go a little faster than the struggles of a gaijin mangaka one. But you never know. It could take horrifically longer. How the fuck is this supposed to sit in here? What the fuck? Oh, it's supposed to, like, go in here. Ah. Let's do that a little better, shall we? We can afford a few seconds to... Yep, that almost went right in my finger. Cool. Since these are literally both the same, I think, basically. I believe we want this one. Yeah, because this one has the longer side on it. Yep. Let's do it again! too far in. Even this has some flashing and stuff. What an odd kit. Full of oopsies and uh-ohs. And goofs. I am getting a little sick of Slipstream. It's like, once it gets to the remix part, that's kind of where I tune out. I like this guy, D-Deco. He does really good sets. They're pretty cool. He did a couple Ape Escape. He did like an Ape Escape set that was nice. And I like this PS2 one. Good. We're about to be done with this lad anyway, I think. I think we have a waist, and I think that's it. Outside of the accessories, which it wouldn't be it, but... I did that better in the thing. I definitely did not do a good job on like some of the nubs and stuff on this kit, but again, it's like if I ever even get to paint this thing, I'm gonna be testing out, like practicing painting on it. That's one reason to have a cheap kit like this around that you don't care about. Bunch of polycaps. Let's grab our polycaps. Polycap N. Jeez. Come on. Oh. There's one problem with the God hands is the little nublets will sometimes get cratered in the back here. And they get stuck. They get door stuck. Oh yeah, this one. Wait, maybe this one is skirt splittable. There's maybe. You know what? I don't feel like finding out today because that would just like completely ruin. Well, one, it would ruin all the time I spent doing this that I wasn't planning on doing, putting into this kit. It would completely obliterate me and piss me the fuck off. Oh god, we have a backpack we didn't do? Oh shit, we do have a backpack we didn't do. I didn't even notice. Oopsie! Fuck. D-runner, please. Amanda, please. Oh my goodness, it does not want to go in. I might actually have to sand this. Or no, let's use the glass file. There we go. Nice and snug. And then it looks like there's a D16 we could use. Mine as well. Throw it in there, I suppose. Yeah. There we go. Alright. That... Oh, actually, that is staying there pretty nicely. Okay, so it won't get completely lost. That's nice, I suppose. Oh, boy. Polycaps, polycaps. Polycaps. Snap. Alright. Now, we have man. We did it, everybody. We have man. have man. But man need hand, man need backpack, and man need gun. So let's go ahead and do that real quick, shall we? Let's just very briefly swamps right in. Just like that. Actually, did we not get a lot of hands for this? Do we seriously only get like 3 hands? Oh, that just flew right off. Thankfully, I saw it. It flew into my pocket. Thank you. Thank you, pocket. I am always pleasantly happy to have my pockets perform for me. Whenever possible. Fuck. Thank you. Alright. This runner's toast. They're piling up, lads. What the hell was this? This I know we're gonna need for a shield. I should probably just do the fucking instructions. Yeah, here's a bunch of hands. Oh god, they're gray. We only get like a couple cream colored ones that are real? Why? What reason? Okay, let's finish this backpack. Stop this madness. Okay. And then we could move on to hand and weapon. Assuming you are expected to go in like this, yeah. Just like that. Yeah, we can do better on that. Or not, yeah. Once I get the paint booth up and running, I'll probably just do, like, way more shit that I actually care about. Because I've been holding off on working on, like, model kits that I actually want to do, like, nice and good. Because I want to paint them. But I haven't been able to do that because it's hard to get set up to paint. Okay, this time I know better. Okay, maybe I should just pull you off so that I can do this. There's a reason you probably were supposed to do this first. Okay, where's the last one? I hate these little funnel cone things, by the way. These little rocket boosters. They're so annoying to deal with. They just make a mess when you cut them. They're hard to sand. They're very taxing, you see. Alright, let's build these hands, shall we? Oh god, sorry. Didn't mean to do that in the mic. Oops. But I've got plenty of high grades that still need to be done that I just... Again, I didn't do them because it's like, fuck, I want to paint. I want to make sure they're, like, good to paint. I don't know. Because, like, I've seen some people, like... like, paint their parts first, then assemble their kits. But I don't know, I've never done it before. I just know, I do know that pulling a kit apart after you've assembled it is really annoying and actually can be dangerous sometimes. There is a chance that the kit can break between assembly and disassembly. Like, some things are clearly not meant to be disassembled and reassembled on these lads. And these aren't even the actual fucking hands that we're supposed to be using. I think these are just generic ones that come in a lot of gyms and Gundams. Nope, that's the wrong thumb for that hand. Okay, oh fuck. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, you can put strain on parts, undoing them and trying to reassemble them and all that shit. Yes, the wrong one. There we go. And it's just a fist. It's not even like... We're not even going to be using this. Oh, I mean, maybe we'll use it. I don't know. You never know. And there we go. We have an hand. Oh. There we go. Force a habit. Okay, but that's some hands. Now we just need other hand. Yeah, these are the cool hands. These are the hands that we should be using. They actually come with a lot, though. I know we're going to need this for that shield. I don't know what D9 is supposed to be. I'm assuming it was for something in here. Sometimes they'll give you extra parts that you don't need from, like, other kits. Because they'll reuse runners and stuff. Okay, so... Okay, so that's for a gun, clearly. Put that there. And then there's this, like, jointed hand that I don't really fully get what the thought process is behind it. But, we shall go ahead, I suppose. Fuck. I missed one on the front. Yeah, I don't really get what it's supposed to be for that. My nose just started to run recently all of a sudden. I'm not really that much of a snotty boy, even though I am sinusy. Okay, I'm gonna actually save that one to finish because that's clearly meant to hold a gun. And we're gonna want to hold guns with this guy. So I guess let's just go ahead and start on the shield. Because we need to flip the page over here. Okay, we need to put a polycap in there. Good thing I checked. Because I saw it, and I was like, maybe I should actually look at the instruction. And sure enough. Oh, fuck. Why isn't it going in? Oh, no, it cracked! Fuck. Okay. Don't panic. Yeah, there was just like the tiniest little hairline fracture right here. Huh. Where it just didn't go on properly. I mean, not that it matters. This is a solid piece, but damn. So much little detail in this little guy. Although usually these are supposed to fold out. This one doesn't. This little piece right here and this joint. Usually there's like a joint that you can actually pull it out. And this one doesn't. Okay, let's build gun. I think that's it. I think we'll have enough to do interesting thing here. Ah, fuck. You know, it's the simple kits. Like, I honestly, I vastly prefer, and I don't know if this is going to be everyone's cup of tea, but I much rather prefer a simpler kit that just feels great to handle and use than a kit with a lot of gimmicks that kind of doesn't really work out all that great. I'd much rather have a kit that I can pick up and hold and like do cool stuff with, as opposed to a kit that maybe has a lot of cool features that you would be able to do stuff like that with, but it's because it's so tech heavy and like design heavy, it just kind of like doesn't work. Alright, I noticed we blew past 2:30. Let's see if I can get this done in 10 minutes. Alright, runner dead. yeah, I think we're done. I think that's it. It's over. No more poly caps. I think that's it. We're gonna have to. This go in here, and it actually fits nicely, which is good. I really hate those sword holders that don't actually hold swords. Looking at you, Advanced Hazel. Okay, well, that's a gun, and that's done. It's not the best job I've done, but you know what? Hey, I'm gonna call it done, because we did it. Let's put a gun in hand. Did I even get a beam saber part? I just realized I didn't even get a beam saber part. Wow. I just kind of realized that I didn't even get that. G Bandai. Fucking couldn't spare the like literal percentage of a cent of Chinese plastic. Or I actually think these get printed. I'm not up to date on who's printing what in America. In Japan. I know Good Smile companies in Japan now for the most part. Not 100%. Obviously, the Shanghai office is still a thing. Wow, that is almost perfectly designed. It's almost like it's perfectly designed for him. I would give him a... I don't know. Let's see. Let's go ahead and give him a fist here. Look at that. Look at that. The man, the myth, the legend himself. RGM 79. GM Type C. A Ghibli Jim, if you will. The most Jimmy of the Jims, Jim Jingleheimer, Jim Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. But that's enough. Let's turn this fucking shit off. We're done. We've been going for way too long. This one would be a fun one to try to paint, I think. Oh, they give you the little paint decals for the paintball game that they play. Because in the show, they're doing weapons testing out in some desert, and they use paintball guns instead of actually using real guns for obvious reasons. But yes, I do like a lot of the Stardust Crusader, Stardust Memory designs a lot, and this is one of them. I have a couple of them floating around. I have this motherfucker. I can't remember if I built this guy on stream or not. But I've had this motherfucker sitting on the side of my desk for a hot minute. And again, it's like, I wanted to build him, but also I want to paint him. Look, I wonder, do I have... I don't think I have the high-grade Solomon. I think I just have the oh god. I think I just have the master grade, which is fine with me. But yeah, this kit is very sticky. It's not a big fan of being picked up, and yeah. It's not the biggest fan of being moved around, as you can see. Like it's like the legs are like popping apart as I try to make it not like wobble. Like it can't spread its legs very much, which is unfortunate. This definitely seems like one that would be good for it. And then it can't even fucking hold this. Like if I were to, yeah, it's just not even gonna hold it. Like yeah. There needed to be like a holding hand that you could get for this. This is definitely one of those kits that like could use a 2.0. They still reprint the old one though, and you can still get it. But I like the Solomon a lot. I think this is like one of my top favorite Gundam designs. But yeah, that's not what we built today. We built Jim the Legend, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. I've been on camera too long. I'm starting to babble, and no one's here anyways. Bye, everybody. Bye-bye. Bye.